What's up, guys? I'm Kadena with Crypto Now or Never, and welcome back to a very important market update. If you enjoy this content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I'd greatly appreciate it. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Alright, so these are clearly very interesting times in the market, and you can see that the crypto fear and greed index is at 25, extreme fear. Let me know down in the comments whether or not you guys are actually feeling the fear. I can tell you that I'm definitely seeing a lot of it on social media. But regardless, this is actually very exciting to see. I love to see extreme fear. You know how the saying goes, be greedy when others are fearful. It actually scares me when we were up in this 80 to 90 range and we were extreme greed. That tells me that something bad is probably going to happen. But when you look at Bitcoin, you can see that we are down to 87,000. And when you look at Ethereum, we are 2,300. Both charts have gotten absolutely hammered. And I'll show you some of the macro news here in just a second. But what I find very interesting is technical analysis. And the reason is because everyone is panicking about technical analysis, but I've been telling you guys that Ethereum on the daily time frame looks terrible. I'll show you guys my recent market update video. You can see that we were trading at $2,738. And I actually was telling you guys that it looked awful when we were pushing up as well, and we were at like 2,800. I'll show you a little clip from this. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think Ethereum looks very good at all on the daily time frame. I actually wouldn't be surprised one bit if Ethereum breaks down. The reason for that is because you could easily argue we are forming a bear flag. In addition, the stochastics are extremely overbought and we are retesting the 21-day and can't get back above the 200-day. If you simply invert the Ethereum chart, we look like we're in a cup and handle. So it is very hard for me to ignore all of these indicators for Ethereum. And then you go back to the Ethereum chart, and again, you can see it's playing out perfectly. And I've been saying that in theory, this has a measured move all the way down to around 1863. Now, do I think we'll break down to this level? Not necessarily, because we also ranged in the same range from August through November. So I wouldn't be shocked if we hold around that 2300 range. But this right here is the kind of reason that I'm not panicking on Ethereum. This was literally just technical analysis doing technical analysis things. And what's very interesting is if you look at what is actually going on. I've been telling you guys for months to look into how these exchanges utilize Wintermute. And you can see right here, Binance is dumping massive amounts of BTC, ETH, and SOL to trigger long liquidations. You can literally see everything that's happening on chain. And what else is happening in the background? Well, ByBit just bought another 36,893 ETH worth 87 million through OTC. And what happened to ByBit last week? They were hacked for $1.4 billion of ETH. So what do they need to do? They need to replenish their ETH. What's the best way for them to replenish? Buying at a discount. I'm telling you guys, once you actually understand how the game works, you won't have all this panic. Believe me, I understand it's hard to look at crypto when everything is just dropping. I'm not oblivious to that fact. But the reality is that there is a reason for every dump out there. And what's interesting right here is that BlackRock also just transferred another 18,000 ETH and 1,800 Bitcoin to Coinbase. Now, what are they going to do with it? Who knows? But you can clearly see that there is a lot of manipulation going on right now. But that's why it's very important to actually look at the bigger picture and realize who is loading up on this. Not everyone is going to win in crypto. I cannot be any clearer about that. You have to understand how the game works and you can't let the market shake you out. When you look at the crypto market in general right now, there are so many amazing discounts out there. Bitcoin is down almost 8% in the last 24 hours. That is a massive drop for Bitcoin. Ethereum's down almost 10%. And naturally, when you have this on the board, there's going to be so many massive discounts in the market. You can just see it's been an absolute bloodbath. But what I recommend doing during these times is paying attention to which projects are showing strength. Follow their communities, follow their leaders, see if they are showing leadership. If there is poor leadership in the projects that you are invested in, then that's probably not a great project to be in. You want to be in projects that are calm and collected during times like these. I want to show you guys Bitcoin again. When you look at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, this is the most oversold the RSI has been since August 4th, which was the flash crash. Think about that for a second. The last time Bitcoin was this oversold was when Bitcoin was down at 49,000. That's where it wicked to. And right now we are that oversold at 87,000. This is why it's very important to have perspective in this market. Yes, we have put in a lower low, which is not ideal to see. And what is a little bit concerning is that we are starting to enter a gap on the VRVP. I'm going to be honest, usually when you enter a gap, it means you're going to come back down to the next high volume node, which in this case is around 68,000. So do understand there is a chance that Bitcoin could have one of the biggest liquidations in the history of crypto. That is possible. You need to be open-minded to that. But what's also possible is that Bitcoin comes back down and gets a bounce off of the 200-day moving average. We haven't retested the 200-day since October of 2024. It could absolutely make sense for us to come down and get a bounce off of this level. And again, I think it's very important to look at the RSI. Every single time the RSI has been this oversold, we have had a very nice bounce. In addition, when you look at Bitcoin and Ethereum on the weekly time frame, we were extremely oversold on the stochastics. Look at the history of Bitcoin with oversold stochastics. We're oversold right here. What happens? Massive explosion. We are now extremely oversold, and yet again, we are at 86,000. Could we drop lower? Of course we could. But the larger time frames still do not look that bad, especially when you have a pretty good idea of why we are actually dropping. All of that being said though, if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community and getting into projects super early, then I also recommend taking a look at my Discord. We're here for the massive pumps, the massive dumps, we're here for literally everything. And we've been making massive gains the entire bull run. My Discord's only 1 year old and we've already called 6 different 200x projects as a community. Just to put this in perspective, a $1,000 investment into any one of these projects could have turned into over $200,000. So if this is the kind of stuff that sounds interesting to you guys, I have the link right here on my YouTube homepage. But again, I want to be crystal clear, you have to be resilient in this market. The sentiment can change in the blink of an eye. Be prepared for anything. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments whether or not you guys are panicking about this downtrend. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.